Today I'm going to share with you how I create my social media content strategy. As a one-person marketing department, I have to be real smart about how I use my time. So I'm going to share with you today how I can turn one piece of content into social media content for days. Okay, so buckle up. I start with a long piece of content that I will do one time per week, and then I will break that one long piece of content up into smaller ones that I can use all throughout the weeks or months after that. My strategy for content is I will first make a YouTube video because that's just the easiest thing that I could do. I will then take that YouTube video and turn it into a blog post. I can do that super quickly and for free by going into your YouTube subtitles and copy and pasting all of the subtitles that YouTube has already auto-generated for you. Copy and paste that into a blog post and then, reformat the blog post from there. Then you can take that blog post and turn it into an email that you can then send out to all of your customers. Take the main points or the biggest kind of headlines from that blog post and turn that into an email with a link back to the full blog post and the YouTube video. Another thing that you can do with that same YouTube video is you can turn it directly into a podcast. So I've shown this on another video. So you can use this free tool called Off Liberty and turn any video that you have done into just an MP3 file as audio. And so you can put that audio into a podcast or whatever you need it to be. So right off the bat, after doing one YouTube video, you have a YouTube video every week, a blog post, and an email campaign. And the best part about the blog post and the email are these are things that you're building that you own. And that's really important. Instead of just doing all of this work to build up these various social media accounts, you really want to focus on first building up what you own. So build up your website, your blog posts, and build up your email list. After I'm done editing all of those big pieces of content, I will then now start editing them down into smaller and smaller clips that I can use in all kinds of social media content ways. I edit in Final Cut Pro. I used to edit in iMovie. I've since moved to Final Cut Pro, but you can do this in both software systems, so don't worry about that. I just find Final Cut Pro to be super user-friendly for what I need it to be. So this is what I do. After I edit my full video for YouTube, I leave it open, and then I will edit out clips from there and save them as different videos. So I'll change it to a square-shaped clip for things like Facebook. I'll change it to a vertical format for things like IGTV or stories or YouTube shorts. Okay, so here's how to quickly change the size of your video to fit different formats. Open your project in Final Cut Pro. So this is my final project that I did just yesterday. It was the YouTube video that I posted today. So this is the full-length YouTube video. What you do is you click right here on your project, make sure that this is highlighted right here, and then you go right over here to modify. Now right here where it says video, you can choose a different size, so either vertical, square, or custom. I'm going to turn this one into a Facebook video real quick, so I'm going to hit square, hit higher resolution here, okay, and so now it has automatically changed my entire video to fit within this square. Now there's still some adjusting you can do. You can either go through and change it like this to fill up the entire square, or sometimes what I do just to make things easier on myself is I will go up and add a background to it. So let's just put like a white background behind it. If you extend this out for the entire video, it's going to have this white background. You can have a title up here, or maybe you can kind of transcribe the words down here for what's going on, so that, especially since most people who are watching in Facebook are watching with the sound off. You can also do the same thing for vertical video format. If you have, go back over here again, make sure that you have the project portion selected. Click here on modify. Let's change this now to vertical. So now it's in the vertical format. Again, you could either just leave this with the background, or if you're just taking little 10-30 second clips, you can just extend it up, take a clip like that looks more like it was originally shot in a vertical format. It's also important when you're creating all of these little clips that you're using. What I do on my external hard drive, I will have a different folder for every social media platform. And then I also save those pieces of content by month, so that possibly next year I want to come in and reuse those same pieces of content with a different caption or edit it slightly differently. Or you never know in a year if a new social media platform is going to come out where that content will fit perfectly. So that's why I save all of those clips by social media platform, and that way I can easily find something. So if I know, oh, a new social media platform is coming out and they use the square shape, I will then go into my Facebook folder and I could have all this content that's already ready to go because it's formatted correctly for whatever platform that I'm using. See where I'm going with this? Because I might want to come back next year and reuse this content again, repost it in maybe a little different format, or maybe clip it just a little bit differently or put it in a different caption. I can come back in the following year during the same time of year because we're a seasonal business with heating and air conditioning. I save my content by the month. So then I know that, next June, let's just say, I can possibly come back into what I did this June and repurpose it in a different way. Another little trick that I will use to get new content and repurpose old content is that if anybody makes a comment on a YouTube video or a blog post or whatever, I will so often turn that comment into content. So I'll either screenshot it and make a post out of it for social media. I will use it as a video idea, which then also drives more traffic from that comment. So we will often get extra questions in our comment section. So I could answer that question quickly in like an Instagram story. I could answer that question and make a whole YouTube video about it or a YouTube short out of that. I could just simply screenshot it and turn it into a post of some kind. So using the content that people are just freely giving you is just a freebie and a bonus, and why not just go ahead and use it? I will also, just in an effort to save time, if I'm out filming something, trying to create content for social media, like since I work for heating and air conditioning, I can oftentimes go out in the field and film or take photos of our technicians out there working. Sometimes I'll have two cameras, one in each hand. I'll have my phone filming in a vertical format, and I will have my GoPro filming in the horizontal format. And so, yes, I could just edit it all into different formats from that same GoPro footage through Final Cut Pro. Sometimes it's just easier to go straight onto my phone and already have that vertical format on there already. I could edit it in things like iMovie, that is free on your iPhone, or CapCut, which is also free, and just make little clips out of that separate vertical video. And so it's already there. It kind of does save me some time. I can also do things like edit short videos off of my phone and post them to social media when I'm out and about. If I'm at the park with my kids or something, I could do something like that real quick, or if I'm waiting on them for something, that allows me to kind of keep working while I'm out and about. So that's why I do it. I certainly focus more on the GoPro footage, making sure that I have horizontal footage for YouTube, but sometimes just also holding up my phone that I will clip to a little tripod so that it's easier to hold. That helps me get more content in that vertical format when I'm there filming anyway. My last little tip I have mentioned before in this video right here, where I'm talking about Facebook. Facebook specifically allows you to go in and repost an old video specifically. And the great thing about that is that if you go in and you repost a video that did well for you, since you're not uploading a whole new video, it will add those views to the previous posting. So it will start to look, if you repost the same video 3 or 4 times, let's say in a year, it's just going to keep accumulating all of those views. So instead of having 3 different videos with 100 views each, you have this one video that has 300 views. That makes sense. So watch this video and I explain more about how to repurpose content for Facebook. Those are some of my best tips and tricks as a one-person media department to make sure that I have all kinds of social media content all over the place and I can really fill up that social media calendar. I do it by repurposing content from one main piece of content that I make each week. If this was helpful for you, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, I would really appreciate it. I also hope that you subscribe. It is the best compliment that you can give, and we will see you soon.